My parents took out a $20,000 loan in my name, and when I confronted them, they had the nerve to blame me. I had to choose, report them or cut them out of my life for good. I'm 26, male, and I never thought my own parents would betray me like this. I always thought we had a decent relationship. Nothing perfect, but we were close enough that I trusted them. I figured, as any kid does, that my parents had my back. But as I've learned the hard way, family can sometimes be the ones who cut you the deepest. So a few months ago, I was going through my mail, something I'm usually lazy about. Most of it's junk or bills, but then I noticed something odd, a letter from a bank I'd never heard of. At first, I thought it was some random credit card offer, but when I opened it, my heart sank. It was a notice saying I was behind on payments for a personal loan, a loan I never took out. I stared at it, feeling like the ground had just been pulled out from under me. It wasn't a small amount either, nearly $20,000. I hadn't applied for a loan, hadn't even considered it, and yet there it was, in my name. My head was spinning, and the first thought I had was, this has to be a mistake. Maybe they've mixed me up with someone else. I called the bank, feeling a knot form in my stomach as I waited on hold. When I finally got through to someone, the reality hit me even harder. They confirmed that the loan had been taken out under my name, with my social security number, my details, everything. How is that even possible? I asked, my voice cracking. Well, sir, the application was completed online. All the documents were submitted, including your ID and signature, the rep said, as if that cleared everything up. But it only left me more confused. I hung up, still in disbelief, and that's when it started to dawn on me. I don't know how I didn't see it sooner, but I knew exactly who had access to all my personal information. My parents. I don't know if I was more angry or hurt when I called them. I think I was clinging to the hope that I was wrong, that they hadn't done this to me. But when my mom picked up, I heard it in her voice. That hesitation, that slight panic. Hey Mom, can I ask you something? Did you take out a loan in my name? There was a pause on the other end, and that pause told me everything I needed to know. Why would you think that? She asked, her tone defensive, which only made me more suspicious. Because I just got a notice from a bank about a $20,000 loan that I never applied for, and you and Dad are the only ones who have my information. She didn't respond right away, but when she did, it wasn't what I expected. She didn't apologize. She didn't even sound guilty. Instead, she sounded annoyed, like I was the one inconveniencing her. Well, we needed the money, You know how hard things have been for us lately, she said, as if that somehow justified it. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You took out a loan in my name, without asking me, and you're acting like it's no big deal? That's fraud, Mom. Oh, come on. It's not like we were going to leave you with the debt. We just needed it to get through a rough patch. We've always taken care of you, haven't we? We just figured, as a family, you'd understand. My blood was boiling at this point. Understand? You forged my signature, and took out thousands of dollars in my name, and you didn't even think to ask me first. This isn't about family. This is about trust, and you broke it. She sighed like I was being unreasonable. Don't be so dramatic. It's not like we're strangers. We're your parents. We raised you. You owe us this, don't you think? That's when it hit me. She actually believed that. She thought because they were my parents, I somehow owed them. As if all the years they spent raising me gave them a free pass to screw me over. I couldn't even form words for a minute. I was so angry. When I finally spoke, it came out in a growl. "You owe me $20,000, Mom. If you don't fix this, I'm going to the police." There was silence on the other end. Then she scoffed. "You wouldn't do that. You're not going to ruin your own parents over a loan." I hung up. I needed time to think. I couldn't believe what was happening. My own parents, the people who were supposed to protect me, had stolen from me. They hadn't even apologized. They just expected me to let it go. Like it was nothing. Like I should just accept it because, family. Over the next few days, I got more notices from the bank. The payments were seriously overdue, and they were threatening to send it to collections. Every time I looked at those letters, it felt like another slap in the face. I was spiraling, stressed out of my mind, unsure of what to do. I didn't want to go to the police. I didn't want to ruin my relationship with my parents. But what choice did I have? I called them again, this time determined to lay it all out. "You have two choices," I said as soon as my dad picked up. "Either you pay off the loan in full and get it out of my name, or I'm going to the police and I'll cut you both out of my life for good." He didn't react the way I thought he would. Instead of panicking or apologizing, he doubled down. "Are you seriously threatening your own parents? After everything we've done for you? This is how you repay us." "Repay you?" I shouted. "You stole from me. You took out a loan in my name without asking, and now I'm the bad guy for not wanting to deal with your debt." My dad's voice got colder. "You've always been ungrateful, We've given you everything, and the one time we need help, you act like we've committed a crime." "Because you did commit a crime," I snapped. "This isn't some favor. You broke the law, and now you're trying to guilt-trip me into just letting it slide." My mom jumped into the conversation, her voice high-pitched and frantic. "We didn't think you'd react this way. We just needed help, You don't know what it's like to be in our shoes. The bills, the mortgage, everything's been piling up. We had no choice." "You had a choice," I shot back. "You could have asked me, but you didn't. You took the easy way out and figured I wouldn't care." "Well, I care. That's when my dad finally snapped. "Fine, go to the police? You'll just embarrass yourself, dragging your parents through court like we're criminals. Is that what you want, to destroy your own family?" I hung up. I couldn't do it anymore. I felt like I was suffocating. My own parents had turned this around on me, like I was the problem for not forgiving them, for not just accepting that they'd stolen from me because family. That night, I talked to a lawyer. I explained everything, and he confirmed what I already knew. I had every right to press charges. But when he asked if I wanted to move forward, I hesitated. Could I really take my parents to court? Could I handle the fallout? I didn't sleep that night, my mind racing with every possible outcome. But in the morning, I knew what I had to do. I called my parents one last time. "Either you pay off the loan and clear my name, or I'll take legal action." I'm not bluffing. There was a long pause before my dad spoke, his voice filled with venom. "You're a real piece of work, We've given you everything, and now you're threatening to take us to court? Fine, do what you want. But don't expect us to be part of your life anymore." "Good," I said, my voice steadier than I felt, "because I can't have people like you in my life anymore." I hung up for the last time, my heart pounding. I knew I wasn't going to press charges, I couldn't bring myself to do it. But I did cut them off. I blocked their numbers, deleted their social media, and made it clear to the rest of the family that I was done. They tried to reach out a few times, but I never responded. A few weeks later, the bank sent me a notice saying the loan had been paid off in full. I guess they finally realized I wasn't bluffing. It's been a few months since I've spoken to them. I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive them for what they did. It's not even about the money anymore. It's about the fact that they betrayed me and then expected me to just get over it like it was nothing. But I've learned something through all of this. Family isn't about blood. It's about trust and respect. And once that's gone, it's hard to get back. So yeah, if you've ever dealt with entitled parents who think they can walk all over you, just remember, you don't owe them anything. Not your time, not your money, and definitely not your forgiveness.